Hey everyone, so the Restaurant Day Global team here to answer some of your questions once again. Here we have Val sitting next to me. My name is Rob, and behind the camera we have Nazar. So we're just here to answer some questions because you guys like to send us some and we like to answer them in more of a video format. So we have 5 things that we're going to be talking to you guys about today. Val, would you like to let us know?
Sure. So the 5 things are, the 5 most common questions that we've been getting lately are to get more information about costs and requirements for participating in a restaurant day. The confirmation of what day it's on. Is it a Saturday? Is it a Sunday? Is it another day? Also, marketing tips. More information about our ambassador program. And finally, an update on kind of the technical side in terms of our map.
The online map.
The online map,
absolutely.
yeah, exactly. Okay. So Rob, like right out of the gate, what are the costs, roughly costs, and requirements, if any, for participating in Restaurant Day?
Right. So for Restaurant Day, I mean, it really comes down to you as the pop-up owner. You can invest as much money as you'd like. If you only want to make 5 portions worth of food, that's obviously going to be a lot cheaper than if you're doing 500 portions of food, right? You can hand make your sign to save money, or you can, go and have a sign expertly designed. You can, get your own website for your pop-up, or you can just use a Facebook event. There are a variety of different ways you can go, and there's the really cheap ways and the really expensive ways.
So what did you do, Rob? Like you've done a pop-up at Restaurant Day in Prague, for example. So what did you spend? How did that work for you? Just real quick.
Right. So we just wanted to keep it as cheap as possible. So for us, it was $500 for 300 portions. There were smaller portions, so maybe more like 200 normal portions. But it was about $500 for that. We handmade the sign. We came up with our own table. We didn't get a place that we needed to rent. So all of this, we just kept it as cheap as possible.
And in your case, you ended up making a profit.
Yeah.
So anything that you spent, you earned back anyhow.
That's right. Okay. And I think most people do. I mean, we'll probably be sending something up over the next year where we kind of outline a little bit more the costs and how to price things properly.
Right.
So people can get some information on that at a later date.
Super. Now, speaking of date, we get a lot of questions of, is it Saturday? Is it Sunday? Can it be Sunday? Can it be either or? Can it be a day close to Saturday, to the Restaurant Day? When is Restaurant Day?
So officially, Restaurant Day is always the 3rd Saturday of February, May, August, and November. Right? The 3rd Saturday. That being said, in some places around the world, they prefer to have it on Sunday. We're okay with that. Some places would like to have it the week before or the week after because, sometimes there's like religious holidays. And so they just can't do it on that weekend, or they don't think it's a good idea. Again, we're good with that. This is the 3rd Saturday is what we do on a global level. And we hope that people try to keep to that as much as possible, just so that everyone in the world is doing this carnival at the same time.
Right.
But of course, if you do change it up.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the movement. It's about the experience of community and food and coming together. So while we would love it to be the 3rd Saturday of the months that you mentioned, we definitely understand that it has to be different in different locales.
I think one thing that people understand over time is that with Restaurant Day, there's no hard and set rules.
Right.
We just want people to be happy and to connect with the communities and their neighbors over food and have a good time. So
super.
Yeah. And along those lines, I mean, people got to get their food out there to the public. What do you have in terms of marketing that's going to help these people?
Right. Like really high level. And this isn't going to apply to everybody because there's going to be those of you who just want to set up a family lemonade stand, do that for the day, keeping it super simple, closing up at the end of the day, and not worrying about it again till the next Restaurant Day. For others, it's actually a great testing ground for a new food idea, new food product, new customer audience, or new geography. So, in that case, it might be taken a little bit more seriously, and you may want to invest a little bit more time and in some cases money in terms of the marketing. So ultimately, very simply, create a buzz in advance, create event pages to do so, and use the digital platforms available to you for doing so.
Tell your friends and family.
Tell your friends and family. Traditional print media also works, flyering, et cetera, et cetera. The combination of those things together is a good approach. On the day of, you want to make it a memorable experience. So creating something unexpected, like your experience, like what you did, by putting a little something extra on the plate of food, creating a children's play area so that children can be entertained and the adults can enjoy the experience a little bit differently. Giveaways, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of different ways that you can kind of create some uniqueness around on the day of. Take video, interview your guests, talk with people, engage, capture it if you can. That way, after your event, you can use that material, those digital assets, if you will, to promote your participation at future Restaurant Day events, and also to thank the people that you engaged with and that stopped by, bought something, and hopefully that they're sharing the word about the great food or the great experience that you've provided.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, you really want to make sure that people have the best opportunity or the best time when they interact with you. And you want to thank them for that at the end of the day.
100%. Right.
And when it comes down to the ambassadors program, we have some things in the pipeline now. What do we have for
Yes. So, we're going to be pushing out some information about our ambassador program in the coming weeks and so forth. But what it is having a representative in different regions to help kind of unify the community, answer questions about Restaurant Day that we help out with, help coordinate some events, and really represent Restaurant Day Global for us. And anyone can participate if you like to have fun and you've got a positive attitude and
we love our ambassadors.
Yeah, good energy. Then we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the only thing left is the map.
That's right.
So I know that Nazar wants to.
Well, what is the map? Let's talk about the map just quickly, so that people are reminded, like, what the purpose is of the map.
Right. So the map is essentially on the website. It's there where people are. If you're a pop-up host, you're going there. You're going to list your restaurant. It's going to appear on the map. Right. So anyone who's interested in going to Restaurant Day and finding these pop-ups, they're then going to go to the map on the website, and there you go. You're going to find your city, whatever it might be, and there's going to be all the restaurants listed there. Sometimes they only list a group of the pop-ups instead of one pop-up. They'll list the 8 pop-ups that are doing it all together. So everyone has a different little method of posting their events, but regardless, if you go on that website, onto the map, you'll be able to find it.
So it's a visual aid in terms of how to find out what pop-ups are happening where on the restaurant days.
Absolutely. So You can't really miss them in this case.
Right.
Nazar is going to show us a little bit more about that. So take it away, Nazar.
Hello guys, Nazar here. Just like Rob pointed out, I'm going to show you some of the new features that are available on the Restaurant Day website. So you can see this is just our generic homepage where you can make your events, you can see what's near you, see some pictures, etc. If you scroll down a bit, you're going to see these 3 new buttons. You got your account, you got your logout, and you have your edit my events. So now, if you wish to edit your events, something that a lot of you requested to do, you can now do so, assuming you make an account. So if you want to be a bit more flexible, change your times, potentially edit a menu, then making an account is probably the right decision for you. So you would just go to your account, register, enter the super generic information, your name, your last name, password. So once you do all that, you can just go ahead and log in, like I have right now. So now with you being logged in, you are free to edit your events. And this will normally display all the events that you have. I don't have any, since I didn't make any events yet, but why don't we go ahead and try to make one? So we go to the Create Your Events tab. We'll say it's, Nazar's birthday for Restaurant Day. It's going to be on the 17th. It's going to be full day. Time zone, Helsinki is fine. Naming location is going to be Ottawa Parliament. I do live in Ottawa, along with Valerie and Rob. So the address is actually Wellington Street for that. And this is Ottawa, country, Canada. And then, of course, you can see your map over there. Should probably change this as well. Actually, that's county. Clearly, I haven't made enough events. So once that is all done, you just hit your submit event. Do note that it doesn't ask you for your name or email like it previously used to, because this is no longer an anonymous event. So you go ahead, you submit the event, boom, you get the message that your event is submitted. If I check events near me, bang, I see it over here on the map. And if I want to edit that event, for whatever reason, I just go to edit my events, and now you see that one event. So you just hit on that event, and it brings up to all these things. So we don't actually let you change the location of the event simply because there could be other people that have their event in the exact same location as you, and we don't want to mess that up. So essentially, you just have to reset it and enter the new event of your location if if you moved or anything like that. Changing times and things of that nature are still relatively simple. It'll let you do that without any issues. And then so you'd enter all your new information, you'd hit update event, and essentially it would get moved to somewhere else. So on the map, the event ticker would still be there. The event will no longer be displayed under that location. So as an example, I still have my event here. But if I was to edit my location and not have it in Ottawa anymore, put it in Paris, for example, then there would just be simply no events here. And if there's no event with a location, we'll typically just delete that off the map as well. But that's not something you as the users can do. If you want to log out, just hit the log out button. And this is, of course, all optional. You are still more than welcome to create events anonymously like you used to be able to. So here you can see I'm not logged in, but I'm still more than free to go to my create an event and plug in all that information. So I hope this was a bit informative. And well, back to Valerie and Rob.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to us today. We hope we've answered some of your questions. If you've got any other questions, feel free to reach out to us at restaurantdayglobal@gmail.com or through our social platforms. We're always interested in hearing from you. If you are participating in the upcoming Restaurant Day, we'd love to see some videos, some photos. We'd love to share that with us. That would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.